Yeah, you said I've been insulting Jesus, that I, Mona Papa, I have not come online personally to say that Jesus is this. Honestly, when a Christian attacks me, if a Christian attacks me, then I will spit and ask him, you're telling the white man's story. You're telling a story that was genetically told you. But I want to ask you, this Jesus, you will speak. If you see him, will you know him? If you see Jesus, will you know him? With all I've seen in the Bible, with the pictures I've seen, I come to know that Jesus is a white man. But if you see him, will you know him? But when you see Yeshua, will you know him? But I have come to realize that Yeshua is a Judah, is a black like me. If you see him, will you know him? It was Yeshua and later become Jesus. And they translated to bring their own color to show you. But if you see Yeshua, will you know him? Even if Yeshua is black, while Jesus is white. If you see the both of them, will you know him? The difference is clear. A Judah and an European. If you see them, will you know him? Even the Anunnakis, the one that say, let's make man look like us, we are like this. The Anunnakis were like this. And Lee and the Key, you might find this, they were like this. Even the Mesopotamians, the modern day Iraq, were all like this. They were all Judas. Huh? When I say follow the ways of your ancestors, you will not agree. If you see him, will you know him? If you see Jesus, will you know him? If he appears to you, will you know him? But all my findings, I know that Yeshua was a Judah, was a black man. And the father was not a carpenter. And that his father was a craftsman. There's difference between a craftsman and a carpenter. When you make your research, try and go deeper to know. Huh? He was the chosen one. I'm not a savior. What I say when he said the word Messiah means the chosen one. I'm not a savior. If you see Yeshua, will you know him? Huh? Yeshua is a Judah like you. If you're looking like yourself, Yeshua is just like you. And you tell me, you come online, you're insulting Jesus. If you see him, will you know him? That's the question I want to ask you today. If you see him, will you know him? Spiritually or physical? If you see him, will you know him? When you don't know that is what we call belief. You believe in something you don't know. You believe in something you don't know. When you know, you know. If you see him and you know him, that is no more belief. Huh? If you see Jesus, will you know him? That's the question I want to ask you. I mean Jesus Christ. I didn't mean Jesus of Arsenal or Jesus of Sevilla. That's Jesus Navas or Gabriel Jesus. Huh? Or Jesus Espana. No, I mean Jesus Christ. If you see him, will you know him? Because I know Yeshua is black. Huh? I'm not advocating for the color black. I'm advocating for you to follow your ancestors. That's what I advocate for. Follow your ancestors. Huh? That is the true way. Huh? If you're a Yoruba man, continue doing your Ifa. Go back to your Ifa. If you're a Igbo, follow your women. What tribal? Go and follow your tradition. Follow the ways of your ancestors. They were never evil. The story they told you was not clear.